Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here. The Schuyler, Canterbury, Cowhide overboard. Wow. I got it because it was on sale at evangelicalbible.com. So you can see these three wonderful ribbon markers, good thick ribbon markers, the raised book band edges, of which there's 5. And unlike the black boxes of the regular Canterbury, this one actually has quite a bit more as far as ornamentation. It's not raised gold lettering or anything. And I meant to get a Canterbury. I don't think I have one floating around here. Maybe I do, but it's buried, to see if the print size and everything's the same. I think it is. I don't have one of those small Canterburys because I just don't need it. Now, it is in fact art gilt edged. It's not just gold edging, but it is the gold on top of salmon red. All right, if you can see that. And it's just elegantly done. This is just beautiful. Now, obviously with cowhide overboard, it's not going to fold. But this cowhide, if any of you remember the old signature series from Nelson, their cowhide that came with a lifetime warranty. Boy, look at these. Boy, look at that. While I'm talking about this, oh, that's just amazing. But I know they sold a lot of them at General Conference and stuff. That's the type cowhide it looks like. It's the old signature series that came in the annotated study Bible, the giant print, and a thin line edition. Boy, just look at those head and tail bands. I mean, it's just an elegant Bible. Now, to me, probably because it doesn't have a yap, it just seems, or tiny yap, smaller than the leather-bound Schuyler Canterbury. So you can see, I mean, it just has this classic book opening. Let me just show you for full effect. You know, the finest books in the world have this decorative patterning in it. And then they do like the old Cambridge deal here. Now they do it for Schuyler. They'll tell you a little bit about Schuyler Bibles. You know, those Schuyler reference Bibles. You know, I know of people who invest in Bibles, which, who knows? That's a discussion for another time. And like, so the Schuyler reference Bible, since it's been out of print, is selling for gazillions. And I just noticed the Allen Long primers, both in the UK and on Evangelical Bible, is not really there. I wonder if, I hope they're not doing away with those or something. I don't know. I do know they're coming out with this in a large print in September. I'm doing this in May. You'll probably see it in June. But these are printed at maybe the best Bible publisher in the world, at Royal Youngblood. Oh, that paper. Somebody told me the paper of a Schuyler Canterbury alone, the cost, like not the retail, their cost is $40. So they're $40 into it just when they buy the paper for the Bible. Look at that. So the typesetting is by 2K Denmark, which tried to give the greatest experience in reading, and then it's published by Youngblood, printed and bound in the Netherlands. King James Version. We'll let you look at all that. And then we'll see at the front, you know, I love to have the translators to the readers. I think everybody needs that. Be prepared to Google search some things and phrases. Or the American Bible Societies used to have a great little copy of it that I think had a little bit of modern English into it, but it also was like annotated. It explained some things on the side, which was really good. So it has the epistle dedicatory and, yes, it does, the translators to the reader. Miles Smith, where he says their goal was a perfect Bible, and even till the 1800s, it had ran, the Catholics basically admitted that, yeah, they did it. and it just ran all the other competitors from the field. And then when Samuel Johnson completed his dictionary in 1755, they were able to bring some unanimity to the English language, and that's the reason the 1762 Paris and the 1769 Blaney updates were so important. But you can just see, you know, the Canterbury, if you're not acquainted with it, it has incredible chapter headings, and it has a bottom reference, which I have grown to love. And when I first got it, I was highly unimpressed with the print size compared to like my Cambridge large print, because it's just smaller and everything. But now that I've read it, I try to read it every day when I'm here. When I travel, I don't carry it with me. I just carry one Bible with me instead of lugging 4 Bibles with other stuff through a airport and all that. And they just get so beat up and everything that, or even in a car, I just take one when I'm driving someplace or something. And it's just very readable. It's incredible. The only thing I really don't like, it's beautiful drop cap lettering at the beginning of chapters, but sometimes I forget to read it. So like this, chapter 2 is the thus, the heavens, I just like, and then I'd figured out it was thus. Let's see how many pages this thing is. Let's see if it has a total page count. I don't think it does. It may in the front though. It does have some blank pages in the back for writing, lined pages. But of the Bible text itself, it is 1,637 pages. And it is not red letter. And I'm okay with that. I remember the first time, you know, I always liked red letter till Finus Dake. And there was a lot of things I disagreed with Finus Dake about. I've done some reviews on his books, on his Bible as well. But one thing he said, man, it's all the words of God. It's all the words of Christ. So it doesn't all need to be read. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. So I'm okay with a black letter Bible. But a lot of people want red letter. I know that. So let's see what's in the back here. And I've already done a review on this. The first thing that's really good is the King's English. Really good glossary of terms used in the King James Bible. Not only archaic words, but words like let that may have changed meaning, or prevent may have changed meaning, but you know, what is the besom of destruction? It's the broom of destruction, but we don't use the term besom a lot. Now, Lawrence Vance has a wonderful book about archaic words in the King James Version, where he goes into most of the archaic words and shows how they're used. And I don't know how he did it before the computer days, because I think he did it pre-internet days. And many technical journals, Wall Street journals, and all this. So he said they're really still being used. And secondly, how modern versions have a ton of archaic words. So I've done some videos on that, which is pretty interesting. Now, one thing I don't like is the size of their concordance, the print size. Woo, man, it's small. Now, it's computerized, it's wonderful, it's great, but it is small. I mean, you know, so to have a reading Bible, you know, and I did want to mention too, this box is a really good box. But you know, like Holman's coming out with good boxes too. But it's a really solid box. Like, I'm resting my arm on it, not afraid. So there's 12 different maps, and I think these maps may be proprietary to Schuyler. Did Barry Betzel help with these maps? Which, if he did, Barry Betzel's like a tour de force. I think he went to Bob Jones, and then he did like the Moody Bible Atlas, and that's just the best Bible Atlas I'm ever acquainted with. It's just phenomenal. There may be better ones, but the best one I'm acquainted with is that one. And so it just has some pages in the back, Gazetter, and then that beautiful, beautiful design. Let's see how tall this thing is. It's going to be right at 9 1/4 inches tall, which is about mid-size for a Bible, 9 1/4 inches tall. It's about the size of an open Bible, I would say. About the size of an open Bible. It doesn't have decorative head and tail bands, but it is gorgeous. 6.25 inches in width. I'm going to guess it's going to be about 1.75 inches thick, 1.5 to 1.75 inches. I don't think it's quite 2 inches thick, but we will see about that. It's real close though, maybe 1.8 inches or something. But this is the Cowhide overboard, Canterbury King James Schuyler. Absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be your most inexpensive Schuyler. I don't know if it regularly is or if it's just because it was on sale, but by quite a big margin. It's going to be, and this is just, I mean, it's meant to put on your bookshelf. You've got your books from the Folio Society. You've got your great books of the Western world. You've got your Harvard classics. You've got, you know, the Franklin Press books. You got this, right? I mean, you just got a library going on, and you're giving the Bible the honor it deserves. So God bless. We love you. Read it. Love it. Don't just collect them. Read it. Don't let it collect dust. Let it get in your heart. Change your life. So God bless. I love you in Jesus' name.